The following is a presentation of the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. Student-led, student-centered, student-serving.
And welcome in, everybody, to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. I'm Dante Lechuga alongside here with Carly Evans as it's a calm night here at 5 Star Stadium as the Thornton Trojans are hosting your Frederick Golden Eagles in some football. Carly, what are we expecting to see tonight?
I'm honestly not sure. I am expecting kind of an aggressive approach from Thornton in particular. I don't think the Eagles are going to be too aggressive. Kind of talking pregame, we talked about how there are quite a few significant names that are going to be out for this game. Obviously, some of the bigger names are going to stay in for craps and giggles, I guess one could say, because why not, right? Might as well play the game. But the Thornton Trojans are starting 0-4 on the season. Last season, they actually went 0-10, so they're kind of on this streak of just repetitive bad luck. And they're coming off of a huge loss of an 0-49 blowout to Riverdale Ridge. And my goodness, quite the blowout, not even scoring a field goal, safety, nothing. Literally zip 49. So they're coming off of a very, very tough loss. Whereas for your Frederick Golden Eagles, they're coming off 2 straight consecutive wins. They're 2-2 now on the season. First against Skyline, then Montbello last week with a resounding 42-21 to tack onto the win column. So high hopes, I think, for Frederick coming into this night. I think it's already momentum as is to kind of look at a team and say, well, they're 0-4, right? Obviously, that means they're probably going to play that much more aggressive. But at the same time, I think it kind of puts your spirits into a little bit of a jovial mood, because then you start to realize, like, hey, our chances of winning are probably a lot higher if this is a constant streak that they're kind of on.
And, Carly, we've seen Thornton play around with 2 quarterbacks, a lot like the CU Buffaloes. Who do you expect to get the start tonight, Ezekiel Rodriguez or Blaze Martinez?
Honestly, between the two of them, kind of talking on the whole dual threat thing, I'm honestly expecting both of them to kind of get equal playing time, honestly. Just my thinking is Thornton's going to try to get a little bit more of a feel for each of them, because it's one of those where, granted, yes, they've had time to play and kind of demonstrate their skill sets, and both of them are different in their own ways. But at the same time, they are also just similar enough to where it's kind of a toss-up to see who's going to play tonight. And I honestly can't say for sure who's going to play. All I know for sure is I feel like both of them are at least going to get a few snaps heading into this game.
Right. Golden Eagles just came off probably their most explosive offensive game so far this season on Hoko in the Hoko game, excuse me. As Carly, what are your keys to win this game tonight?
Well, funny that you ask, as my first key is feed Del Pitz's versatility, kind of talking on that explosive offense that we mentioned here previously, as you were just saying. Sonny Del Pitz is having himself a record-breaking worthy few games. Last game against Montbello, he had 155 yards receiving and 25 yards rushing. So, I mean, obviously receiving last game was very prominent for him. But then if you flip the script and you look at only 2 games ago, he had 151 yards rushing and 177 yards receiving in the Skyline game, which in total, one could say has boosted his statistics exponentially. I'm pretty much expected to see the same results if they even play him, kind of a thing. It's one of those, we're looking at some of the starters that are out. It's kind of a toss-up to see who's actually going to play as many snaps as some of the others. So I am curious, talking pregame with a few of the players, they do seem a lot more lax heading into this game. There's not a lot of pressure going into this game. There's not a lot of this urgency that I felt from the past 2 games with Montbello and Skyline. So it's one of those where I think they have a certain kind of swagger that we haven't seen going into some of the other games, that they're starting to demonstrate almost this poise, I would have to say, heading into this game. So I'm kind of expected to see that. Emphasize protecting PK. PK needs protection this game. That is going to be crucial, which I'll kind of touch on that a little bit more with my third point, which is going to be talking about their head coach. But essentially what I really want to make sure their offensive line focuses on is making sure that when they see that they're pinching the area where PK can run, I want to make sure that they allow him to demonstrate his versatility in and outside of the pocket, because we've seen PK take that ball, run it, no problem whatsoever. I mean, he is no stranger to taking it himself and rushing, which is, honestly, it's respectable. It's one of those where a lot of quarterbacks don't do that. And I feel like PK has a certain poise that some of the other quarterbacks going into this league don't necessarily have. So emphasizing protecting PK, Preston is going to be the main key to this game, and he's the thing that you want to keep safe each and every one of your games. Third point that I'd like to talk about is Dominic Tillman tackling Tillman. So who exactly is Dominic Tillman? Well, he's never been a head coach before this 2025 season, but he does have a few notches of credibility under his belt. First thing is Thornton went 0-10 in 2024, and granted, as they are going 0-4, excuse me, they went 0-10 in 2024, and then 0-4 going into the season, but at the same time, with Dominic Tillman, he's known for kind of turning these struggling programs around, and so it's one of those where he's had roles, I believe, defensive coordinator, he's been a defensive line coach, he's had quite a few roles that can kind of help boost their momentum whenever it comes to defensive stops, and one of their biggest things that they're known for is turnovers now. And at the academy, Tillman helped the team rebound from an 0-9 season in 2023 to a 6-4 overall record in 2024, and this included finishing 4-1 in league play. So it's one of those where this is something to kind of keep in mind if you are Frederick, is to realize they're probably going to jump the gun with that aggressiveness, and I feel like they might have a focus on that defense. And yeah, those are the keys to the game.
I love it, Carly. As you were talking about, Sunnydale Pitts is on pace for a record-setting season. But last game, we saw a little bit more explosiveness from the other receivers in the bunch, such as Reno DeJus-Waldo, who had a great game. How do you expect them to utilize him in this game?
I mean, honestly, I feel like he's definitely going to be dual. I mean, obviously, he plays both sides of the ball, so he's already dual as is. But it's one of those where I think one of their main focuses is probably going to be having him as blocking and possibly some of those flat routes to kind of just check it down.
Absolutely, yes. We're actually going to head to the sideline with Ian McKendry. Ian?
Thank you, Dante. I'm down here on the sideline. Frederick coming into the Trojans' house tonight, coming off their last week win on homecoming against Montbello, 42-21. The boys are ready for tonight's matchup. They're trying to get the starters out the field as quick as possible, so expect a lot of reps from the backups tonight. We talked to Eric Ross pregame. He's not playing tonight, but he's expecting this team to play very well. Back up to you, Dante.
Thank you, Ian. As we're getting ready to get set coin toss, I believe Frederick will get the ball first here tonight, from what it appeared. Thornton still hasn't ran out from their locker room with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Or here they go. But Thornton looking for their first win this season, currently 0-4. They went 0-10 last year. So this will be, if they win tonight, would be their first win in 2 years.
Oof, which, that is a hefty ask, honestly. I mean, obviously, with a bit of a program reset, I am curious to see how they're going to handle that. But at the same time, even looking, I mean, we have a perfect vantage point of watching them run out of their locker room, but it's one of those, we're looking at them now, they're kind of tiny. And I don't mean that as an insult, just genuinely, they seem to be full of younger classmen, if that makes sense.
Very young team.
Yes, agreed. And so I wonder if this is part of that reboot of sorts, right? Where, you know, you had a lot of seniors and juniors who either possibly left the team, left the school, and so it's one of those, we're looking at them now, there's a lot of growth that has to be happened. And so I am curious to see how they utilize maybe some of those younger players, and maybe not even necessarily with a win for Thornton, right? With some of these younger players, sometimes it's just about giving them the ball, giving them time in the game, especially against a team that plays like our Golden Eagles have these past 2 games.
Frederick definitely has the size advantage in tonight's game. We'll see if they go run heavy like they did against Skyline, where we saw Sunnydale Pitts explode for 4 touchdowns, I believe.
Agreed.
Or we could see Kissinger get a little bit more loose this game, get some more passes like we saw in the Hoko game.
Yeah, he definitely seemed to loosen up, which I think honestly helped contribute to just this lax behavior this game, because I think they had more faith in him as a quarterback. I think those first few games, there was almost a shakiness where, you know, going into a new season, you put full trust and faith into your quarterback. He's your main guy. He's who you turn to. He's a captain for the team. It's one of those where this is the main focus for your team, and so it's one of those where if you don't put full faith and trust in him, how are you ever going to kind of come together as a unit and as a collective team? And so it's definitely something to think about.
As here's the national anthem. As we're set to get going here, Golden Eagles will get the ball first, I believe. So we'll see Kissinger in action to start out this game before we get to see the two quarterbacks from Thornton, Rodriguez and Martinez.
I am very curious to see how they utilize the two of them, I think, because it's one of those where a lot of teams do it differently. And so, I don't know, we shall see. As a very large praying mantis just landed on our setup and attacked our head producer / director. Adds to the atmosphere of this game.
Frederick doing their little ritual that they do every single game, before every single game, excuse me, to get hype.
I was talking with Del Pitts actually about the ritual, and he said it's one of his favorite parts about some of the coaches is just how into it they get. And I mean, he was clearly very excited to kind of contribute to this ritual because I think it adds to that team aspect, right? It's almost this, it seems like a minuscule thing, but it is still bonding.
Michael's set to kick off. Del Pitts will be back to return. Martinez and Hoagie back there with him as well. Del Pitts didn't get a lot of chances last week due to the kickoff going into the end zone. We'll see if he gets a chance to start out the game here. There's the whistle.
It is deathly quiet in here. It's a little frightening. I'm not used to it being this quiet.
And we're underway. Looks like it's going to be returned. To the right sideline goes Del Pitts. Sonny Del Pitts has a lot of space. There goes Sonny. Still going. He's going to be swung down. And a very good return is going to bring him all the way out to the 35-yard line. Out comes Kissinger.
Del Pitts.
45, excuse me.
It's all right. We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. Obviously, our vantage point is a little bit different from down here, but my goodness, Del Pitts already starting off aggressive, which is something that we fully expected to see. But the funny thing is I felt like he didn't have the gears turned all the way up at the same time, if that makes sense. He put it in a half gear. It wasn't even necessarily like all the way, but he kept those feet moving and able to pick up a decent chunk, starting off these Golden Eagles in great field position over on the Thornton Trojans side. So already displaying a little bit of aggressiveness, but at the same time, they still keep that poise.
Great field position for Kissinger. He's going to go under center. Here's the snap, toss to Del Pitts. Del Pitts has a lot of room to start the game. Gets a block from DiGesualdo. Sonny Del Pitts cuts it up. It's going to take 3 Trojans to swing him down into the red zone, go to the Golden Eagles.
That play wouldn't have been made possible without DiGesualdo on the blocking. I mean, that was a beautiful outside block. And it's one of those, we're talking with DiGesualdo, you know, he does want to get the ball more, but at the same time, I think the coaches and the staff recognize how great of a blocker he is, because he really, truly, as much as he wants to receive the ball, he's also so amazing at making some of that space and separation whenever it's needed. And so that was perfect demonstration from DiGesualdo of a beautiful outside block.
DiGesualdo, probably the best blocking receiver on the team, as you said. Motion, Betancourt, handoff up the middle. He's got a lot of space, breaks the tackle, just short of the end zone. 1st and goal, Golden Eagles are rolling.
I feel like the Trojans are kind of giving up already. Like, that's what it feels like, is they kind of parted the Red Sea almost, and it was just like, run right up the middle, and they allowed that space of separation. It's one of those where that probably should have been a really easy read.
That handoff was to just Daniel Gonzalez. We've seen him break out these past couple of games.
Yeah, just Daniel had himself a big game last week against Montbello. So curious to see kind of how they utilize him this game, maybe a continuation of the progress that we saw last game.
Toss, Del Pitts up the middle. Sonny Del Pitts churning those legs into the end zone, standing up. Touchdown, Frederick.
Del Pitts kind of held his hands up a little bit there. I think he recognized, well, that was easy. I mean, didn't even like let out an exhale or anything. It was hardly broke a sweat.
And a fast scoring drive for the Golden Eagles to start out tonight.
Less than 2 minutes heading into this game.
Southpaw Cahoon set to make it 7-0. Good hold, good snap, and it's through the uprights. Golden Eagles lead 7-0 a minute into the game.
That's not something you hear every day, that's for sure. So yeah, a minute in this game, already great. honestly. It's demonstrating, I think, Frederick's potential. But at the same time, I think the most interesting thing is I'm wondering how long they're going to keep some of these starters in. If they're consistently scoring these drives this quickly, and we're looking at under 2-minute drives, where essentially every single drive, it's first down, first down, first down, then honestly, I start to worry a little bit about Thornton and how long Frederick's going to keep these starters in. So it's one of those where I think the Trojans really have to buckle down and start to recognize that Frederick is not child's play. This is a serious game. You're up against a tough opponent, and they have had quite a few tough opponents already this season. But at the same time, gotta kind of pick up the pace.
Kuhn's kick will be fielded at the 10, down the left side. There he goes. He's gonna get wrapped up. Looks like that was Hoagie in on the tackle. Flag on the play. Could be a holding. They'll bring Thornton back.
Yeah, either a holding, maybe a blindside block. It was hard to tell. It was just a mass. It was a pile.
So we'll see who gets the start here tonight. Blaze Martinez or Ezekiel Rodriguez. They'll be starting at their own 21.
And I mean, we did talk about that young team mentality. I mean, Ezekiel Rodriguez is a sophomore, and Blaze Martinez is a junior. So it's one of those where, you know, Blaze has maybe had a little bit more experience, but these two young men are, as I said, they're young men. They still have a lot of growth and development to go.
Looks like Ezekiel Rodriguez is going to get the first snap tonight. 1st and 10 here for the Trojans.
So 10 on 10.
10 on 10. I like that. And looks like they forgot to respot the ball. They're going to go to the 12-yard line.
So yeah, this will bring them back.
Bad field position here to start for the Thornton Trojans. The struggling offense, this is not how you want to start the game.
No, this is backtracking. And I mean, with any offense, obviously, your first drive of the game, it stinks to get a penalty, but at the same time, especially for a team that struggles to kind of complete things on offense, this is the last thing that you really need.
Rodriguez is going to go shotgun. Hoagie's showing blitz. And he does, and the ball's on the ground already. Hoagie's in the backfield. That might be a safety. Cole Hoagie, safety here for the Golden Eagles, 9-zip in the first 2 minutes.
Hoagie with the safety, and I mean, already this is aggressive. It was a very, very low snap. I mean, that ball was literally tumbling on the ground. Rodriguez trying to scurry and retrieve it, but at the same time, you are in a very tricky field position. You're already backed up within your own 10 or 11-yard line. So the more you backtrack, obviously, the closer you get to danger. And impending danger was on its way as Hoagie completely tore through that line. They're making it look like child's play out here, ladies and gentlemen. The first 2 minutes of this game.
Carly, I can't tell you the last time we've seen a safety here on the Golden Eagle broadcast. I think last year we did. Not yet this year, though.
I think we saw it our sophomore season, I want to say. I believe so. Because I think we've had one or two that we've been able to record before, but none quite like that within the first 2 minutes of the game.
As takes a beautiful bounce for the Trojans. Del Pitts is going to have to retreat to pick that up. He makes it cut up the middle, breaks a tackle. Sonny Del Pitts breaks another tackle. Still on his feet. Flag on the play. Not sure what the flag is. Sonny Del Pitts, very good return, somehow escaped.
Yeah,
Trojans.
honestly, not sure how he did escape that. That was tricky. I mean, one of them, it could have been nothing but green grass in front of him if one of them didn't try to ankle tackle him, which was very interesting. But I mean, they literally slipped off of him like it was nothing.
I see it. It's an alligator.
All right, so an eye for an eye. We also get a holding call.
That's true. 10 yards apiece here for penalty yards. It's going to be ball on the 14 here for the Golden Eagles. Kissinger under center. Wouldn't be shocked if they go right back to the bread and butter here with the toss. And here it is. Actually, Preston Kitchener's going to do a play action. It's caught. Betancourt makes one miss. Connor Betancourt breaks another tackle. It's going to take multiple Trojans to bring him down. He's still on his feet all the way out to the 45.
Never stop moving your legs. That is crucial, especially whenever you're downfield. The amount of separation that he had for one was insane. I mean, obviously Betancourt, he's not a small kid, right? He's a big guy, but at the same time, to just completely let him, I think probably the like spatial awareness of their defense is very much lacking. I mean, literally 5 or 10 yards around him, there was not a defender. And so it's one of those where they're playing very, very sloppy man, or excuse me, they're playing very, very sloppy zone coverage right now.
And looks like it's going to be a timeout Thornton, as we will be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. And welcome back to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. I'm Dante Lechuga, alongside here with GBNer of the Year, Carly Evans, two-time GBNer of the Year. Preston Kissinger at the 45 for a great catch and run from Betancourt.
Betancourt, haven't really heard his name that much this season, but great to kind of see them expand the opportunities for some of these receivers.
Kissinger going to drop back, two-step drop. He's looking deep for Norwood, the big tight end. Makes the grab. Hayden Norwood dragged down. Not until he gets in the red zone here at the 19-yard line.
I think he had maybe a 1.5 feet on his defender. I mean, the size difference from right here was insane as he took down, I mean, it took Hernandez Benitez quite a few steps to even get his hands around his waist to try to drag him down.
And with the score here, Carly, it can get ugly really quick here for the Thornton Trojans.
I feel like it's already turning a little nasty.
Kissinger shotgun again. He's got trips right, diamond formation. He's going to drop back, QB draw. This is what Kissinger does really well. Right up the middle, untouched, into the end zone. Frederick scores, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a holding here in the Golden Eagles, so this won't be brought back.
I mean, the blockers were doing exactly what they needed to, but a little too well. You know, there's that fine line that they were riding. The PK untouched. I mean, my goodness. Obviously, this will be brought back. It'll be 2nd and long.
2nd and 15 here for the Golden Eagles. Or 2nd and 20, sorry. That holding call.
So obviously a lot of room to kind of make up for. A lot of ground to cover on the 2nd down. But at the same time, with the way that they are making these completions, I mean, we've talked about that whole like Madden comparison where it's almost, you know, you put it on rookie mode. This is like.
Gonzalez carry up the middle, breaks one, runs over another to get back maybe a yard past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 here.
But back to my Madden analogy, because I think that's beautiful. I mean, we talk about the whole like rookie setting. I mean, I feel like this is a step below. I mean, it's literally child's play at this point. I mean, I guarantee on this drive, I mean, PK might walk in untouched again. Their blockers have been incredible.
Under center, toss, Del Pitts. Here goes Sonny Del Pitts looking for room, bounces to the outside. Sonny Del Pitts gets a block. That'll be a block in the back on DeJus Waldo. So far, that's 2 penalties, bringing it back here for the Golden Eagles.
And DeJus Waldo even recognizes it. That is a good piece, I think, of playing in a game like this. Accountability is a big piece of this. And so obviously DeJus Waldo, he recognized the block in the back. You saw him motioning with the shove. Obviously not happy, not stoked about what happened. But at the same time, it's one of those where accountability sometimes plays a big aspect And I think it shows kind of the cooperation and just mentality of this team is accountability is a big piece. As there is a little over 8 minutes, and this will be brought backwards once again, something that's kind of been familiarized this drive. Already 2 major penalties.
It's going to be second and long once again, second and a mile as I like to put it. Kissinger going to go shotgun. Looks like Gonzalez is back there with him again. He's got 4 wide here. Betancourt and Del Pitts to his left. Looks like there's some confusion. The referee.
I'm just making sure it doesn't go to waste. Exactly.
Not sure what the confusion was. Might have been what down it was. It's going to say 2nd and 16.
Yes, even the line judge was confused.
Thornton appearing to rush 4. Kissinger's going to go shotgun. Calls for motion. Here's the snap. It's going to be a toss, or sweep, excuse me. Jesus Waldo gets the carry, breaks one. He's going to go into the end zone. That's too easy here for the Golden Eagles. Reno DiGesualdo, touchdown Frederick.
That was a trot right there. Have you ever seen those turkey trots? That's what it reminded me of a little bit. DiGesualdo kind of trading the whole untouched thing. PK would have gotten it. DiGesualdo saying, let me pick it up. Let me do it myself. Glad to see he's getting the recognition he deserves. As once he found that gap, it was a straight shot, nothing but green grass. And it almost looked like the Trojan defenders kind of backed off him, which was interesting. I mean, they didn't approach him.
Cahoon puts it through. He's 2 for 2 on the night for extra points. 16-0 Frederick early in this first quarter.
It has been 4 minutes, and we've scored 16 points. I think might have to look up when running clock starts.
Thornton gonna get the ball back. Last drive, Rodriguez's the snap went right between his legs into the end zone here for a safety. Can't get much worse than that. We'll see if Thornton improves on this drive.
Unless it was a pick 6, that would have been worse.
You're very right, Carly. Cahoon set to kick off. Great kick. It's going to be into the end zone here for Cahoon. Thornton offense will take over at the 20.
Cahoon, we've talked about his leg before, and I mean, he's something to watch. It's one of those where a lot of these high school kickers, you know, you can't kick something like that. And so Cahoon, I want to see kind of how they utilize him a little bit more, probably next season. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because he does have that versatility where he has, you know, a little bit of quarterback reps under his belt, but then he also has a good old trusty kicker leg. So
Rodriguez going to get another shot at this one. He's got the leading rusher, Jimenez, in the backfield with him. He's also got a fullback in front. Rodriguez, hard count, no one jumps. Handoff, Jimenez. Jimenez looking for room, and the Golden Eagles are just all over it. Into the backfield, 3-yard loss.
And I mean, that was probably the easiest track down I've ever seen. It's one of those where in the backfield, just able to eat him up. That'll be a loss. That'll be a loss of 2 yards.
Golden Eagles just so much bigger at that front line.
And it shows too, even looking at, you know, a general size comparison honestly shows nothing, but I think just the pure strength of this entire line.
Rodriguez, handoff to Jimenez, gonna bounce to the outside. Hoagie's all over it. Great pursuit from the Golden Eagles. Salmeron, DiGesualdo, and Hoagie all in on it, along with Danny as well. Golden Eagles are swarming them.
He had no room for separation whatsoever. Tried to bounce it around to the outside. There was no lane whatsoever. Backtracked himself into a bit of a hole. Also, I did look it up. So a running clock in high school starts after 35 points in the first half. So this might be sooner than we think, ladies and gentlemen. As this will be 3rd and a mile.
3rd and a mile. This will be 3rd and forever here. Rodriguez, shotgun again. Looks like this will be the first pass of the night here for him. Here it is, drops back, 2-step drop, getting flushed. He's gonna have to run out of bounds. Eddie Riley, great pursuit. They're gonna have to punt it away.
Riley, we've seen him before putting pressure on previous quarterbacks that, you know, Frederick has gone up against, and this time no different. Riley able to track him down, put just enough pressure on him to where he realized, I gotta step out. As this will be 4th and 20. Hopefully they don't lose the punt.
Del Pitts back to return. This time if they lose it, there's a good shot. It'll be a touchdown.
Without a doubt.
Golden Eagles.
So it's one of those where if you're snapping it, please don't snap it on the ground. That could be very negative for these Trojans.
And it goes over his head. Another safety here for the Golden Eagles. That's 2 of the night. That might have been the announcer jinx, Carly.
Oh my
18
goodness.
zip.
I literally was just talking about it. I mean, obviously I was talking, you know, in the worst situation, but I think it's worst, honestly, to get a safety. Who's their snapper? Oh my goodness. I've never seen 2 safeties in a game anywhere, quite frankly. It is now 18-0. Not a score you hear every day. 2 safeties this game already.
And Golden Eagles get the ball right back after what was technically a 3 and out. And Sonny Del Pitts will get another chance to return this football. He's gotten a lot of chances already. Here's another one.
You know, at the same time, I can't help but feel a little bad for them. But at the same time, it's just one of those where it just feels like the passion's not in it. It's gotten to that point where I think they realize that they've gone 0-14 over the past season and then going into this season. And so it's one of those where I think that does take a little bit of a mental toll on you personally, because I think you start to, you know, you start to become what your score is. And so I think it's one of those where obviously some teams won't take it as deep because it's not your life, but I'm sure for a lot of these players, you know, this is what they do. This is something that maybe they're passionate about, but just the way that the team plays, it doesn't demonstrate it. And I think part of that is going into this being 0-4 and 0-10 last season. If you played last season, I feel like you kind of carry that with you. It's like, you know, mental baggage. And so it's one of those where going into this game, I think the mental baggage is pretty high.
That kick went out of bounds, so once again, Golden Eagles are going to get the ball in Thornton territory to start the drive. Kissinger going to go shotgun once again. Diamond on that left side again. It's Betancourt, Norwood, and Del Pitts. G. Swallows all alone. Handoff up the middle. Gonzalez. Gonzalez breaks a tackle, makes a cut, almost breaks another. And flag on the play again. A lot of penalties to start this game. It's been a sloppy 18 points here for the Golden Eagles.
Agreed, 100%.
Even though it's been a fast 18 points, excuse me.
It's one of those where, you know, it has been extremely sloppy putting up these 18 points. I think they've had 4 or 5 penalties, I want to say, so far in this game, which is something that obviously very crucial to avoid, because if you're playing a team that maybe has a little bit more drive, a little bit more passion than the Trojans, and honestly, those could really hurt you, specifically in this game. They're not necessarily playing that big of an impact because they are so far in the lead. But it's one of those where, you know, it depends on what team you're playing. And so this is something that, you know, the Golden Eagles have to be cognizant of, is just minimizing these penalties.
Motion, DeJus Waldo fakes the toss to him. He's just going to toss it over to DeJus Waldo. DeJus Waldo looking for room on that sideline. He'll pick up a couple. Nice little play on first down for the Golden Eagles. We'll cut the 10 yards in half, 2nd and 5.
DeJus Waldo, like I talked about before pregame, just a little check down, right? It's one of those where, you know, having DeJus Waldo in motion, it really pays off because he is such a speedster, right? He's like a Del Pitts, just with the sheer speed. And so it's one of those where having him in the backfield can be crucial, especially because he is such a good blocker. So he's very versatile depending on what you need him to be in that backfield. So able to make a little bit of magic happen, make something out of what appeared to be nothing. PK, though, feeling the pressure.
Toss, Del Pitts. Del Pitts has a lot of space. Bounces it to the outside. Sonny Del Pitts looking for the goal line. Makes the one miss with the jump cut. And he's into the end zone.
That was nasty. I mean, honestly, retire the ankles at that point. So that'll be 2 already for Sonny Del Pitts. 2 touchdowns. So what a significant player he's been for these past 3 games for the Frederick Golden Eagles. And I think with this game, you could just appreciate how they're kind of, you know, it's a free-for-all. It's like, you know, you want, I don't know, Betancourt wants the ball. Or, you know, DJ Swaldo wants the ball. Or Del Pitts wants the ball. I think they're starting to utilize each of those players a little bit more than what we've seen on some of their prior games. Because I think they can recognize, hey, we can kind of toss this around however we like because they kind of do have the freedom this game.
As the working man Cahoon puts another one in. 25 zip here for Frederick.
As I said, running clock starts at 35-0. So we're about 10 points shy of that.
Golden Eagles on pace for 100 points right now.
So Dante, we have about 5.5 minutes left in this first quarter. What's the most significant thing that you've seen out of this team so far?
I mean, Golden Eagles are just able to run the ball at will right now here with the size advantage, and why not? When you're that much bigger than the opposing team in football, running the ball is the best option for sure. And they're just going to continue to do that until Thornton has an answer.
Right now, it's gone completely unanswered on both sides of the ball, quite frankly. I mean, you saw with their offense, both times that we got a glimpse of their offense, it has resulted in a safety, which not only is a rare thing to happen, but twice in a game. You know, it's just disappointing if you're a Trojan. I mean, you really have to keep a hold of that ball, and ball security is something that I think they're not prioritizing right now. And their snapper also has to calm those jitters because I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's too low, it's too high. It's one of those where he really has to calm himself down because these nerves are really contributing to how this team is losing right now.
Thornton, 2 drives, 2 fumbles. Needs some better results here on this drive. Gonzalez still in. Quarterback, he's going to go shotgun. Golden Eagles showing blitz again. And another low snap, he's going to have to fall on it. 2nd and 15 with that 5-yard loss. Another low snap. And at what point do you go under center if you're Thornton?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure why they haven't. I mean, do they have another snapping option, though? That's the biggest thing is, you know, I think right now, if you are Thornton and you do have another option for who can go under center, switch it, honestly. Switch, you know, kind of cycle through things because I think right now they're just extremely flushed.
There's a snap, drops back, 2-step drop, little out route's gonna be open. That one's caught. He's met right away, so they'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. We'll say that's 3rd and 9.
All right, so we made a little bit of progress, which is good. Kind of touch on the rarity of a safety, though, because I think it is very fascinating. If we're talking NFL standards, a safety happens approximately once every 14 games in the NFL. So if we're talking twice in one game, the rarity of that, pretty rare.
I mean, in the first quarter as well.
The first half of the first quarter, if we're going to bring it down to more specifics.
Rodriguez. Another hard count. No one jumps, and that's actually going to be Thornton that flinches. It's going to be a false start. Bring them back 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 13, I believe.
So 2 safeties by one team in an NFL game is extremely rare. If we're talking NFL standards, this has only happened 19 times in NFL history. So Trojans breaking the records the wrong way.
Rodriguez looking to make this drive not a 3 and out, and that's not going to do. Kyle's all over that one. 4th down.
Yeah, so pretty easy 4th down. You know, if we're talking, I'm impressed to see that they did kind of rally together a little bit. I mean, we saw a little bit of a glimpse of, you know, the little out route, and then, you know, just the quick pause and then the quick throw. It's one of those where there was a little bit of potential there. You know, you could recognize, I think, that. Not much, though.
Here's been the interesting part here for Thornton with this long snap.
So let's see what happens this time.
Del Pitts back to return. This time it's a good snap, good punt as well. He'll take a good roll. Sonny calls Peter, gonna let it roll. That'll roll all the way to the 50-yard line. And that's where Kissinger will take over.
Honestly, if you're PK, you got to be feeling great about this game. I mean, your team is full-on swinging from all outlets. I mean, it's one of those where you look at the defense. The defense has been able to stop them every single time with either a 3-and-out or, you know, 2 safeties, as we talked about the rarity of that. But it's one of those where I think it's very interesting because PK, we talked about pregame with that whole poise, and he's really carried that with him whenever he ran it, minus the, you know, flag. That was a shame. But whenever he ran in untouched into the end zone, it's one of those where he hardly batted an eyelash. And so it's one of those where I'm excited to see where he goes from this game onward.
Kissinger, here's the snap. It's gonna be a play action here for Kissinger. He's gonna launch it at Bencourt. Great pass. That was put into the bucket. Bencourt drops the ball though. Frederick gets back on it. Thornton did a great job ripping that ball free. Looks like Frederick got right back on top of it though.
It was hard to tell. It was a dogfight under there in that pile. Thornton saying they got it. Obviously, Golden Eagles retaliating, saying they got it. It's hard to tell.
Great ball from Kissinger on that throw.
That was a beauty. I mean, straight to him. It reminded me of, I want to say, who was it that I watched the other day in the NFL? Was it Matt Stafford? No, it wasn't Stafford. It was one of the older guys. It was one of the older guys in one of the NFL games. I want to say, was it the Seahawks game?
Darnold maybe?
Yes.
Kissinger, bubble screen. Del Pitts has a lot of room. Great blocking on that right side. That'll be a first down and a good hit to finish that play from the Thornton DB. Still a first down just outside of goal to go.
Yeah, I mean, you had it right. Sam Darnold in their last Seahawks game, he had this one absolute beauty in the corner of the end zone. I mean, literally toe tap in the corner, but it was placed just perfectly to where only his receiver could have gotten it. And there was no chance for the defender to even pick it, even if he turned around and it was staring at him directly in the face. And so it's one of those where he's looking like an elite Sam Darnold on the Seahawks right now, which honestly, that's saying something. Darnold looked good.
Kissinger drops back. Great blocking from the line. Has plenty of time to just relax back there. Norwood makes the grab for 3 yards. Second catch of the night here for the junior tight end.
Kind of a wonky tackle, though. I mean, he grabbed him by the ankle. He was obviously down. One of the other defenders just double checking, I guess. I feel like it's pretty obvious. Good hustle, though, from the Trojans to kind of rally together.
Kissinger gonna go shotgun again. This is where he's been most of the night. Jesus Waldo's all alone. Motion, Del Pitts. Fakes the handoff, looking for Jesus Waldo on the inside route. It's caught. Jesus Waldo, second of the night. Extend this lead to 31 points in the first quarter.
We are staring at that whole 35 zip thing pretty much directly in the face. This running clock is going to start sooner than I think we think, as they are firing on all cylinders.
And unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure on who. I didn't see what happened.
Maybe a celebration.
And confusion on the field. They called it unsportsmanlike conduct. I didn't catch.
I couldn't quite tell
what
who
happened.
it was.
I just saw DeJus Waldo, or it was someone on the ground.
Looks like this will backtrack, so it'll be on your Golden Eagles, backtracking them, making the kick for Cahoon a little bit farther than what he's used to or accustomed to. But it's one of those where, like I said before, he's been able to poke through some of these significant ones before, so this is really no hassle for him whatsoever, I feel like.
Yeah, here goes working man Cahoon. Waldo, placeholder. Done a great job this year, hasn't dropped a one yet.
Yeah, he's been a wonderful placeholder. I know that's something, talking with him a little bit before, you know, as I said before, I do work with him, so I get to hear a lot of the insight from him, you know, weeks in advance. And one of the biggest things that he talked about is he will practice, as Cahoon makes it look like child's play once again.
Line drive from Bigfoot Cahoon is good, looking like Alejandro Mata with that line drive kick.
Yeah, it was
32 zip.
But as I was talking about, you know, Waldo's talked about his place-holding abilities, and it's something that, honestly, he takes pride in. And honestly, he should. It's kind of a niche thing to do, for sure. Not everybody gets the opportunity to be a placeholder. It's such a crucial job.
So I'd like to give this chance to shout out Les Schwab Tires, who sponsors the broadcast. I got some new tires today from them, actually.
Did you?
I did. It took an hour and a half, but it was worth it.
Man. Shout out to Les Schwab.
Cahoon set to kick off. Here's the return. Field at the 5-yard line, left side. Golden Eagles don't have a way to tackle him to the 32. Great return here for Thornton. Farthest they've gotten tonight on that return.
Hey, well, they made it 32 yards. The Golden Eagles have been able to put up 32 points. You know, pick your poison. 35-yard line, excuse me. 3 more yards than what we're used to. As you said, best field position they've had all night. Curious to see what they can do with that with about 1:09 left in this first quarter. Oof. It's going to be a long game for the Trojans.
Rodriguez, shotgun. Diamond on that right side is going to drop back. He's getting flushed. Makes it. Throw it. It was a hospital ball. As Cole Hoagie was all over that.
That was nasty. I mean, Hoagie hit sticked him. You heard that from over here. My goodness. Hoagie, what a defiant response.
I believe that's what you call a hospital ball right there, Carly.
I mean, definitely looked like sounded like an injury from here. I don't know how he's breathing after that, quite frankly.
That was Jimenez on the catch. Reminded me a lot of that Reggie Bush hit that he took back in the day. Rodriguez, shotgun, Jimenez back there with him. Hard count again. No one's budging. He's going to launch it deep. It's underthrown. Intercepted. Golden Eagles get the ball back.
What a night for these Golden Eagles so far. It's hard to tell who that was from here. I believe that was... Could you tell who it was?
Couldn't tell. I don't think it was Rardon.
No, I don't think so. I want to say it was maybe LaRusso. It looked like LaRusso. It looked like Riley LaRusso on the outside.
LaRusso, I believe that's his first interception of the year. As
we have a little bit of an accumulation of our Rowdy Crowd members. I'm impressed. I think our Rowdy Crowd is bigger than the Thornton Trojans Rowdy Crowd.
15 seconds to go in this first quarter. Kissinger. Looks like Thornton's going to rush 4. Here's the snap. Kissinger, 2-step drop again. Looking for Norwood again. He's not going to have it. Dump down to Del Pitts. Makes one miss. Sonny Del Pitts makes another. Stiff arms one more. Sonny Del Pitts makes another miss. Sonny Del Pitts.
Sonny, I mean, who gave him the joystick? My goodness. He has been all over this field, making defenders miss left and right. And it's one of those where a simple shove would do to get him out, but he's so elusive that there's no way the word simple can be associated with Sonny Del Pitts.
I mean, Sonny Del Pitts just pressed just about every button on his controller on that play. Stiff arm, juke, truck, just about everything. Kissinger. Shotgun again. He's going to take it himself. Quarterback draw. That one goes nowhere. And that'll be the end of the first half. 32-0. Golden Eagles lead, as we will be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
Rocky students exist to build up the next generation, to live a life of purpose, influence, and faith. You see, we believe that when you discover purpose, you start to discover you have a reason to live. And when you discover you have a reason to live, you start to notice you have influence. And when you lean into that influence, you make an impact. This world needs people like you, the next generation, to discover your purpose and to decide today the leader you want to be tomorrow.
Are you tired of paying rent or constantly moving from one place to another? LGI Homes has the solution for you. We offer affordable new homes with exceptional quality. With our simplified buying process and zero down options available, easily achieve the dream of homeownership and quickly move into your new home. At LGI Homes, we have it all, offering new homes complete with upgrades, designed to add style, value, and energy efficiency to your life. Find your new home today with LGI Homes.
And welcome back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. I'm Dante Lechuga here with Carly Evans. Here's the start of the second quarter action here in 5 Star Stadium.
And
Golden
this has
Eagles.
been quite the 5-star from the Frederick Golden Eagles to the Thornton Trojans.
Golden Eagles threatening to make it running clock here. Looking to extend it to 40 points here early in the second quarter. It's going to be a sweep. That's Betancourt, I believe. Betancourt looking for the end zone. Connor Betancourt.
There is a flag down.
Looks like he scored, but it's going to be brought back. Another penalty, sloppy from the Golden Eagles. Might be the sloppiest 32 points I've ever seen, which is a really weird thing to say.
Yeah, it's not something you hear every day, but it's one of those where, you know, that's a perfect word to describe it, sloppy. That's kind of what this game's been for both teams, quite frankly. Obviously, Golden Eagles been able to capitalize a little bit more on Thornton's sloppiness, but
Golden Eagles being brought way back with that holding. Second and forever here for Frederick. Thornton Trojans yet to have had a stop yet.
yeah, so second and a
in this
mile.
football game. Kissinger. Looks like he's going to have DJ Swald all alone. They went to him last time he was alone. We'll see if they do that again.
Here in a minute, not right now.
Kissinger's going to motion one man over. And it's going to be a misdirection. Del Pitts fooled the whole team. One man stayed home, though. That's all it took here for Thornton. As we're going to go down to an audio hit here with Mr. Ian McKendry.
He wanted that. He wanted that, Teddy. I'm down here on the sideline. Thank you, Dante. As the team right now feeling very, very good, very energetic. The team just looking great. DJ Swaldo, 2 touchdowns on the night so far. Sunnydale Pitts also 2 touchdowns on the night. The defense looks very, very good. A lot of pressure on that Trojans quarterback. So Frederick feeling very good, putting up 32 in the first quarter. Just expecting to keep that energy going into the second. Thank you, Dante.
Thank you, Ian, as Golden Eagles pushing their way into the end zone. Another touchdown. And no whistle. Another penalty once again. I'm sure Coach Lloyd is not happy despite the score.
Coach Lloyd has got to be furious, as you talked about, sloppiest 32 points, honestly, I've ever seen. So this is something to kind of take with them going into next game. We talked about, you know, just that whole mentality that how sloppy the game is really can determine, depending on how good the opposing team is, granted. In this case, it's a little bit more lax, a little bit more, you know, whatever if you have a few penalties, but at the same time, this is something that you have to take with you going into next game, is to recognize, you know, maybe we need to kind of buckle down a little bit more on our blocking, or maybe our blindside blocking, as that's happened quite a few times tonight.
Frederick in a huddle right now. Looks like they might be getting chewed out a little bit before they get this play.
Honestly, good. This is something that you need to learn, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of a reform in the middle of the game itself.
And here comes back. Here comes Kissinger. 3rd and 10. Kissinger gonna get the snap, looking for DeJus Waldo. Great ball, and that's his 3rd of the day. Reno DeJus Waldo.
DeJus Waldo, my goodness, he's having himself quite the night. I mean, Del Pitts has had 2, Sonny's had 3. Or excuse me, Del Pitts has had 2, DeJus Waldo's had 3. This has been quite the night for the offense, and quite the night, honestly, for the defense. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Quite the night for the Golden Eagles.
And the Golden Eagles are going to stay on the field here for the 2-point conversion. The Golden Eagle offense.
Might as well make it running clock at this point.
Make it running clock. I believe that's the whole idea right here.
And honestly, I don't blame them. It's one of those where why keep somebody in misery whenever you can kind of make the process a little less painful, right? It's like ripping off a little bit of a bandage.
Kissinger's going to go under center.
If you're the Thornton Trojans, honestly, let them have it.
Toss, Del Pitts. Sonny Del Pitts is in here for the 2-point conversion. 40 zip, the fastest 40 ever recorded here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
You said we were on pace for 100. I mean, my best guess is if they continue this, even with running clock, we're going to be looking at maybe a 60, 70 point game.
Probably like 67 points here. Is what we're on pace for. And Mr. Cahoon, the working man, as I said, Carly, comes back out.
He is,
I mean,
he has been consistent, and I can give him props for that, especially with that line drive field goal. That was impressive. You know what? At least the cheerleaders for the Thornton Trojans have a little bit of spirit, right? As our running clock has officially started.
They're keeping their hopes up over in those stands. I mean, they've been pretty loud for how many people there is.
Yeah, they've been I mean, we talked about pregame. Their stands are huge, which I know this is
enormous.
I know
bigger
this
than
is
some 6As.
Yes, agreed. Which is, you know, interesting considering the record, but you know, the record doesn't say everything.
See if Rodriguez is still going to be taking the snaps. Maybe they shift over to Martinez here for this drive. Thornton muffs the kick. He's going to take it down that right side. Great tackle in open space. Great job by the Frederick special teams unit.
Looked like a little shoelace tackle. Worked extremely proficiently, though. As I was saying previously, running clock has officially started. So this clock is going to start to wind down. It is still the first half, ladies and gentlemen, with 9.5 minutes left before we enter halftime. That's not something you hear every day. 40 points put up in the first quarter and a half.
Quarter and a half.
It's pretty impressive.
Not even a half. Rodriguez.
Not even a half.
Drops back, getting flushed. He's dropped in the backfield. Golden Eagle pass rush doing excellent tonight. Another sack.
Yeah, their pass rush has just been able to pinch him from the outside, and even quite frankly, they've been able to kind of blitz whichever way they want, and it's not even necessarily like they're, you know, doing an all-out blitz. I mean, it's just general basic pressure, right? You know, you bring 3 or 4 guys.
Second and 14 here for Rodriguez. Golden Eagles haven't even had to blitz. They're just rushing 4. No need to blitz here. Looks like they might do it here with Hoagie, actually. He's threatening on that right side.
Hoagie's menacing off the outside.
That blood on Hoagie. Getting the backfield. Rodriguez is going to take off. There goes Rodriguez. He'll pick up a couple on that rush.
So a little bit of progression here for the Thornton Trojans. About a little over 8 minutes.
Rodriguez still yet to have a first down in this game. 3rd and 8.
As we're looking at a third and 8.
Rodriguez, shotgun. He's all alone back there, 4 wide. Drops back, looking to throw. He's going to overthrow him.
Hello.
Almost intercepted. That would have been the second of the night for Golden Eagles. 3 and out. Once again here for Thornton, yet to have had a first down.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised there wasn't a call for holding, quite frankly, defensive holding, because there was a little bit of grabbing before the ball even reached over in their area, before he even turned around, obviously anticipating it a little bit, but it's one of those where, I don't know, I'm interested to see why they didn't call it, quite frankly. And this will bring up a fourth down, my goodness. 7 minutes left in this first half.
Sunnydale Pitts might be done for the night. Deshaun Lewis back to return, the sophomore quarterback.
That'd be funny.
Very electric, gets a shot his first time touching the ball. No, it's another bad snap. He's not gonna get a chance. He's brought down in the backfield. Golden Eagles will take over in the goal to go.
Who is their center? Do we know who their center is? Someone throw a backup in. I feel like the pressure's really getting to him. As Dante said, this will be goal to go for the Golden Eagles.
Hello.
Clock's ticking here with the running clock, closing in on 6 minutes before halftime. Kissinger still in the game. Might potentially be his last snap here if they score.
They'll pull him
Hand
after
off.
this.
And fighting for that end zone. He's going to be short. Couple more yards to go here for the Golden Eagles. 2nd and goal.
I mean, it's still 43-0. Regardless of what happens on this drive, I think it's a safe bet to say that they're in a comfortable lead. I think after this drive, no matter what happens, you pull PK, honestly. Or you pull them at half. You pull them after half.
Okay, wait, I'm scared. This is fun. Bring out C-Team.
Kissinger,
C-Team.
shotgun. Here's the snap, handoff, and touchdown Golden Eagles. Make it 50.
Once again, tacking on extra points. Well, 49-0, but once
Well, I
Bigfoot
believe
Cahoon.
in Bigfoot Cahoon, Carly.
Who doesn't at this point? Cahoon, he'll poke it through. Clock, obviously, still running.
That does not look like a star. I hate to break it to you. There's something I gotta tell you. It's great. Not as a star, but it's great. It looks good.
And Cahoon, the working man, as we said, will poke it through once again. And speaking of the working man, looks like with Kissinger potentially being done for the night, he is the JV, or the 2nd string quarterback.
We talked about kind of getting to see a little bit more of his potential, and I mean, with 50 zip, I think you have a comfortable enough lead to kind of let Cahoon do whatever he wants. I believe we've seen him play a few snaps this season, too, here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
We've seen him play a couple. I don't think we've seen him throw the football yet.
No, it was mainly running. He typically was handing it off. I think because of that comfortable lead, they didn't necessarily want to risk anything. Maybe they'll get a little bit more technical, I guess you could say, with him.
And maybe that wasn't 50. I think they had the scoreboard wrong. They just fixed it. 48 zip. Sunnydale Pitts is having a little moment with Coach Lloyd. I think they're telling him, good job tonight. I mean, anything's possible, but looks like Golden Eagles are going to go on to a two-game win streak. Or 3-game.
Three-game win streak.
And here's this return. Thornton's special teams actually haven't done a bad job on these returns. That's
Yeah, they're
another good return.
I wish we could get a glimpse of maybe their punt returner, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. As you said, their kick return's been pretty impressive. They've been able to kind of make do with nothing as clock is now under 3 minutes left in this first half.
Here comes the Trojans, still yet to have a first down as we're about to head into the end of the half here with 2.5 minutes left. Thornton Trojans.
What do you think they're going to do for a whole half with this kind of lead?
I'm not sure.
I mean, if
we're
you
gonna
have
see a lot of JV and C team here in the
Yes.
second half.
I mean, as the Rowdy crowd so gracefully chanted, bring out C team. Give them a little bit of playing time. Never hurt anybody.
And Hayden Norwood just dropped an interception. That was right to him, straight off his chest.
I mean, they were all devastated. You heard the entire defense go up in a roar, so Norwood would have been a big moment for him for sure. I believe that would have been his first interception.
2 minutes remaining till halftime. And they just fixed the score again to 47. Here's the snap. Rodriguez fires. That's caught. Makes a man miss that right side. And still not a first down.
So Martinez just shy of that first down
Third
marker.
and 1.
Third down, what do you do? Obviously, their passing has been a little bit better, I would have to say, than their rushing offense. Receiving-wise, they seem to actually be kind of getting separation whenever it comes to, running the ball. They just haven't been able to find any lanes whatsoever.
3rd and 1. Trojans looking for the first down of the night. Here's the snap. Rodriguez drops back looking for the out route. He's got it. It's caught. But he's brought down immediately by Aaron. I can't quite tell who that is on the tackle, but it will be a first down.
It looked like it was short of the first down marker. Obviously, we have a different view from here, but this will be a timeout. I believe they're starting to throw in some of the second string, some of the JV players, possibly some of the players who are swinging, as we're starting to see some less familiar faces whenever it comes to our grade level, but more familiar when it comes to the younger group.
And that will be the first down of the night for the Trojans.
Good for them.
They'll use a timeout, the only way they can stop the clock here from now on. 44 seconds remaining.
So 44.5 seconds remaining in this first half. That sounds weird to say. It sounds weird to say 47 zip, not even end of the first half.
Rodriguez, 51 seconds to work with. They fixed the time again now. A lot of scoreboard changes.
They've had a lot of technical issues, difficulties trying to figure out what's going on in the game.
Rodriguez drops back, fires just out of range for his receiver.
I believe that was
just off target.
Martinez. Clock will start running once again, even with the incompletion, as we are now at about 30 seconds left in this first half. Martinez for the Trojans, it's been very interesting because I feel like, he's made a little bit of headway for the Thornton team, but it just hasn't been enough. I mean, he's been short of that first down marker quite a few times. Still able to make some plays with the ball.
Rodriguez, 10 seconds remaining. Drops back, two-step drop. He's going to launch it deep into double coverage. Almost intercepted. Bounce off the ground. That'll head us straight into halftime. It's a man down for Thornton. That was the intended receiver. Hopefully he's okay, as we're going to be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
You've likely heard in the news that interest rates are way too high, homes are just not selling, and the real estate market is about to crash at any moment. Hi, I'm Kendra Badgekar, your local real estate expert, and I've been serving Carbon Valley and Northern Colorado for over 7 years, and I've got some good news. The truth is, options to get your interest rate down to a much lower rate if you're thinking about buying a home. And yes, homes are taking a little bit longer to sell, but with the right marketing strategy, they are still selling for a great value, so your equity is safe. If you're thinking about making a move this year, let's grab a cup of coffee and talk about the best way to get you there.
Welcome back to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. Thanks, guys, as we're going to go down to Ian on the sideline.
Just do my job and not have to worry about trying so hard. So guys are in position and they're trying to do something extra. We'll try to, hey guys, don't need to do extra. Just keep blocking without your hands out. So I think we're good.
Yeah. Coach, you pulled most of the starters there. Should we expect to see the backups the rest of this game?
Yeah, we're gonna let the other guys play. So yep,
right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Back up to you, Dante.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Coach Lloyd, as we'll be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
You've likely heard in the news that interest rates are way too high, homes are just not selling, and the real estate market is about to crash at any moment. Hi, I'm Kendra Badgekar, your local real estate expert, and I've been serving Carbon Valley and Northern Colorado for over 7 years, and I've got some good news. The truth is, there are several creative finance options to get your interest rate down to a much lower rate if you're thinking about buying a home. And yes, homes are taking a little bit longer to sell, but with the right marketing strategy, they are still selling for a great value, so your equity is safe. If you're thinking about making a move this year, let's grab a cup of coffee and talk about the best way to get you there.
Hey, I'm Jake Marsing, Social Studies.
Hey, Kyle Michael here with Michael Real Estate and Remax Momentum, and I'm here at my office in downtown Frederick, Colorado. As a Colorado native and a resident to Frederick over the last 8 years, we truly understand the entire Carbon Valley and Colorado market. With offices in Frederick, Brighton, and Westminster, I cover the entire Front Range area. I've served over 130 Lake. As a small business owner myself, I understand how much time and effort it takes to be successful, which is why I continue to support local businesses, schools, and nonprofits through our Sip and Support series, coat drives, and other events. I value hardworking individuals. It is my mission to continue giving back as much as I can. We would love to serve you or your family. Give us a call, 303-944-4191, and go Golden Eagles.
Rocky students exist to build up the next generation, to live a life of purpose, influence, and faith. You see, we believe that when you discover purpose, you start to discover you have a reason to live. And when you discover you have a reason to live, you start to notice you have influence. And when you lean into that influence, you make an impact. This world needs people like you, the next generation, to discover your purpose and to decide today the leader you want to be tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Coach Matt Lloyd.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network, where right now you are looking at the greatest game of catch that has been played this side of the Mississippi tonight. At least the best game of football we've seen on this field. Marcus, get some zoom in on that there if you can. There you go. Dante Lechuga, the voice of the Golden Eagles, playing a little catch with Ian McHenry, your sideline reporter for tonight, as we await the start of the second half of action here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. There's Dante Lechuga making his way in. We're having a good time here in Thornton this evening. The score of this ballgame, 47-0. Your Golden Eagles in the lead, and we decided to play a little catch. So that would bring that to you. We are very appreciative here at GEBN of all of our sponsors, all the supporters and sponsors. Stapp, Interstate Toyota, Line X of Boulder, United Power, all of the friends that make GEBN possible. Now we're getting the rowdy crowd involved, and there's Carly Evans having a good time out there playing a little bit of catch. Carly, you want to hop on here? Want to hop on the show? I don't know if this is your headset or what, but we're just having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves this evening. Carly Evans, what is your takeaway from that first half?
I mean, honestly, it was kind of brutal to watch. It's one of those where Frederick really kind of displaying their craftsmanship on both sides of the ball. It was pretty impressive. 47-zip. Messed up a little bit scoreboard-wise. Thought it was 50
Carly, you
zip.
sound out of breath. Have you been running routes over there?
I need my inhaler.
Well, you go take care of that. We're going to make sure that you have a good second half call. We will be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
Hey, Kyle Michael here with Michael Real Estate and Remax Momentum, and I'm here at my office in downtown Frederick, Colorado, and a resident to Frederick over the last 8 years. We truly understand the entire Carbon Valley and Colorado market. With offices in Frederick, Brighton, and Westminster, I covered the entire Front Range area. I've served over 130 families from Alt to Monument to Deer Trail to Grand Lake. As a small business owner myself, I understand how much time and effort it takes to be successful, which is why I continue to support local businesses, schools, and nonprofits through our Sip and Support series, coat drives, and other events. I value hardworking individuals. It is my mission to continue giving back as much as I can. We would love to serve you or your family. Give us a call, 303-944-4191, and go Golden Eagles.
Are you tired of paying rent or constantly moving from one place to another? LGI Homes has the solution for you. We offer affordable new homes with exceptional quality. With our simplified buying process and zero down options available, easily achieve the dream of homeownership and quickly move into your new home. At LGI Homes, we have it all, offering new homes complete with upgrades, designed to add style, value, and energy efficiency to your life. Find your new home today with LGI Homes.
Hey, Kyle Michael here with Michael Real Estate and Remax Momentum, and I'm here at my office in downtown Frederick, Colorado. As a Colorado native and a resident to Frederick over the last 8 years, we truly understand the entire Carbon Valley and Colorado market. With offices in Frederick, Brighton, and Westminster, I covered the entire Front Range area. I've served over 130 families from Alt to Monument to Deer Trail to Grand Lake. As a small business owner myself, I understand how much time and effort it takes to be successful, which is why I continue to support local businesses, schools, and nonprofits through our Sip and Support series, coat drives, and other events. I value hardworking individuals. It is my mission to continue giving back as much as I can. We would love to serve you or your family. Give us a call, 303-944-4191, and go Golden Eagles.
Rocky students exist to build up the next generation, to live a life of purpose, influence, and faith. You see, we believe that when you discover purpose, you start to discover you have a reason to live. And when you discover you have a reason to live, you start to notice you have influence. And when you lean into that influence, you make an impact. This world needs people like you, the next generation, to discover your purpose and to decide today the leader you want to be tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Coach Matt.
Hey, Kyle Michael here with Michael Real Estate and Remax Momentum, and I'm here at my office in Colorado. As a Colorado native and a resident to Frederick over the last 8 years, we truly understand the entire Carbon Valley and Colorado market. With offices in Frederick, Brighton, and Westminster, I cover the entire Front Range area. I've served over 130 families from Alt to Monument to Deer Trail to Grand Lake. As a small business owner myself, I understand how much time and effort it takes to be successful, which is why I continue to support local businesses, schools, and nonprofits through our Sip and Support series, coat drives, and other events. I value hardworking individuals. It is my mission to continue giving back as much as I can. We would love to serve you or your family. Give us a call, 303-944-4191, and go Golden Eagles.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. I'm Dante Lechuga alongside here with good old Carly Evans. Frederick had a dominating half, scoring 47 points and holding Thornton to 0 points, notably 1 first down the entire first half. Carly, it sounds like the ones are done tonight here for the Golden Eagles, so we'll get some JV action here tonight.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad to see the diversity whenever it comes to the groups. It's great to see JV possibly getting some time, maybe even some C team players as we talked about.
It should be Thornton ball. They deferred, if I remember correctly.
They did.
I'm curious to see if we put in Deshaun Lewis or Garrett Cahoon for the first QB reps.
I mean, we talked a little bit with Deshaun. He was ready. He wants some
ready.
reps.
He was very excited for tonight.
Which, honestly, you might see both of them. Maybe you'll see Cahoon in this third quarter. Maybe you'll see Deshaun in the last quarter. We'll see. There's plenty of time.
Sean Lewis, the sophomore, and Mr. Garrett Cahoon, the junior. Notably, Garrett Cahoon is also the kicker, who's 100% here tonight thus far. He's done a lot of work, as here he is again. Thornton going to return, looking for that left sideline, and he breaks the tackle, still on his feet. Again, a great return here from Thornton to the 32. See if Thornton sticks with Mr. Ezekiel Rodriguez or if they head over to Blaze Martinez.
They might switch it up, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
Looks like they're going to stay with Ezekiel Rodriguez still. Golden Eagles' second group is in.
We talked about how loud the Trojans' rowdy crowd is, though. I mean, they're putting in a lot of effort over there.
Sean Lewis, like we said, DB on that left side. Rodriguez going to go out and tipped. Great job on that blitz.
My goodness.
Number 33, Connor Kaufman, all over that one.
Kaufman brought the perfect amount of pressure, came flying around that outside, obviously forcing their quarterback to throw it. What was interesting is he didn't lob it. I mean, it was right in the hands of the defender, essentially. Beautiful tip from Frederick D.
Rodriguez. Shotgun, 2nd and 10. On the 34, 35-yard line. Here's the snap. Rodriguez, 2-step drop, fires left side. That one's caught. Makes a move, makes one miss, man miss. Tries to make another, but he is wrapped up after a 5-yard gain. That's going to be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 3 here for Rodriguez.
I mean, this is honestly some of the best field position that they've had this entire game. They're just not really able to capitalize on any of this, quite frankly. 3rd and short, maybe a little bit of opportunity here.
Golden Eagles rushing 4. One gets through to hit him in the backfield. Breaks the tackle though, but then he runs into a wall of Golden Eagles. It'll be another 3 and out unless they decide to go for it. 4th and 5. Rodriguez is going to stay on the field here for 4th down. Here's the snap, drops back. Looking for that left side, he's got a man. Does he get the 1st down? He's wrapped up. Looks like he is going to have the 1st down. 2nd 1st down of the night here for the Thornton Trojans. I believe that's maybe the 4th reception of the night here for the Trojans. Rodriguez's 4th completion of the night. Rodriguez shotgun again. Got a man in the backfield with him. Here's the snap, he's gonna give it to him. And Golden Eagles are all over in the backfield once again. This Golden Eagles pass rush has been quite impressive here tonight.
Once again, perfect demonstration of the pass rush and just the impressiveness of it. Golden Eagles have been on par tonight. As there's about 8 minutes, clock still running though.
And flag on the play on that throw. Looks like they're gonna call it dead before the snap. It's gonna be a false start here on the Trojans. A lot of penalties going both ways here tonight.
Yeah, both teams really struggling with that discipline piece, which is interesting because we've seen the Golden Eagles have that poise specifically in the beginning of this game, but it feels like they're starting to get a little sloppy, not necessarily with ball handling, but just some of these risky things, right? I mean, obviously you shouldn't be jumping off sides. You can't block in the back. It's simple things like this that are kind of the fundamentals that you have to keep in mind as you go through this game.
2nd and 15, Rodriguez. Low snap again. Getting flushed out of the pocket, makes a man miss. Looking to that right side, he's gonna toss the throw into the dirt. Rodriguez did a good job evading the pressure, just had nowhere to go with the football.
Yeah, first look didn't see anything, second look didn't see anything, but able to roll right and kind of search around, kind of look for a few more of his options. Frederick, excellent pressure with that blitz.
Running clock. Clock is at 6.5 minutes in this 3rd quarter. Rodriguez, shotgun. 3rd and 15. Golden Eagles 4-3. Here's the snap. He's gonna go to his left. Rodriguez, a lot of space. There goes Rodriguez. He's gonna run out of bounds. Not enough for the 1st down, I don't think, from my angle. Be 4th down.
That was impressive, though. I mean, his ability to kind of evade the pressure is something that, honestly, we haven't really seen this game. So it's interesting that it's kind of coming to fruition here later in this game.
And it looks like a referee is down.
As a ref is unfortunately down. Maybe got hit on the sideline or something. It was hard to tell. There was a big body, a lot of big bodies moving around over there, but definitely difficult to see. Hopefully everything is all good, as we'll be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. So the referee just walked off on his own power off the field.
Yeah, glad to see he's able to do it.
Yeah. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 47 zip here for the Golden Eagles. Trojans here at the 50-yard line. Rodriguez is going to have 4 wide. Golden Eagles showing blitz. They do. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket once again. Golden Eagles want a holding as Rodriguez is going to get the first down. It looks like, or maybe not, he might be short. It's really tough to see from this angle.
It was hard to tell. That should have been a holding call on the outside. I mean, clearly grabbing the jersey.
And he will be short of the line to gain. We'll see which quarterback we get to see here tonight. Looks like it's going to be Mr. Garrett Cahoon, the junior, the southpaw.
Deshaun's got to be a little sad, but there's plenty of time for him to shine.
I'm sure Deshaun will get his shot in the fourth quarter, I bet. Garrett Cahoon in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to give a handoff for his first snap of the night. That'll be a good gain on that play. 6-yard gain on that one.
As he gets suplex tackled, interesting method. Good read, though, from the defensive line. Finally able to sniff something out before the first down marker was within sight. That'll be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 now. Clock at about 4 minutes.
Cahoon all alone in the backfield. Here's the snap, handoff, up the middle. Makes a cut. He'll have the first down and more. A little pow push. All the way to the 36-yard line. And Cahoon, shotgun. Got Ramirez on that left side. Here's the snap, handoff. Left side, breaks a tackle. It's going to be another holding, though, on that left side. That carry was number 22, Jameson Shang. That'll be his second carry of the night. And another holding, like we said, Carly. A little bit of a lack of discipline with all the penalties here tonight. Cahoon. Getting a little used to saying Kissinger's name.
I know, it rolls off the tongue, so.
Cahoon, here's the snap. Gonna toss it right side. Shang looking for room. And he'll pick up a good gain on that toss. Looks like he's gonna get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
I believe Zhang had quite a few carries in the Skyline game, I want to say. It was Skyline. Yeah, but Zhang he's been an impact player before in moments where, you know, some of the other starters couldn't necessarily play. In this case, obviously Salazar out for a few more weeks.
Cahoon. Play action. Cahoon's first pass of the night's gonna go over the head of his intended target. Number 7, Christian and Sarah, the junior. Cahoon's first pass of the night will be incomplete.
Yeah, a little off the marker. Room to grow. I think he just kind of feeling the field. And it's not necessarily like it's taking a huge risk. I mean,
Cahoon, 4th and 9. He's going to stay on the field. 2 in the backfield with him. Here's the snap. Cahoon fires right side over the head again. Something I didn't know here, Carly, is Garrett Cahoon's a righty thrower and a lefty kicker, so I think that's pretty interesting.
It's interesting. He's like the definition of like versatile for sure. That's not something you hear every day. What is it? Ambidextrous or something?
Ambidextrous?
Yes. Ambidextrous. What am I talking about? An appendicitis? That was close.
30 seconds left in this third quarter with the running clock. Or third quarter. Sorry, I keep butchering the quarters and halves. Here's the snap. Drops back. Fires. This one will be caught. Immediately brought down by 2 Golden Eagles. That'll pick up 2 yards here for Thornton. And looks like that'll bring us to the end of this third quarter. Golden Eagles lead 47-0. And we'll be right back here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
Are you tired of paying rent or constantly moving from one place to another? LGI Homes has the solution for you. We offer affordable new homes with exceptional quality. With our simplified buying process and zero down options available, easily achieve the dream of homeownership and quickly move into your new home. At LGI Homes, we have it all, offering new homes complete with upgrades, designed to add style, value, and energy efficiency to your life. Find your new home today with LGI Homes.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. As I'm Dante Lechuga here with Carly Evans as we're getting ready for some fourth quarter action here. The Golden Eagles leading 47-0. Golden Eagles, this will be their 3rd win of the season if we keep this up, which we very well should.
I would hope so at this rate. If you lose the game, I think we have bigger problems.
I agree. I'm going to have to agree with that statement. Just out trots back on the field Mr. Ezekiel Rodriguez. Still yet to put points on the board. They have gotten some first downs this half, I think 3. They didn't have any in the first half. Rodriguez drops back, fires, left side, caught, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and he's going to be wrapped up by Sarah, not after he gains about 25 yards on that grab. What a catch and run that was.
I mean, it was a simple play. I mean, literally just a slant in the middle of the field and able to kind of, disguise it a little bit in that traffic, but in that traffic, able to catch. And the run after catch was impressive.
Rodriguez. Shotgun drops back again. He's going to have a man in the middle. Same receiver, same result. Thornton moving these chains. And he's down after 2 great plays. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully so. But as you said, same receiver, back-to-back consecutive passes to him. He's been able to kind of turn those feet, kind of make some progression for this team where they've struggled so often on offense with receiving.
And Golden Eagles' second group doing a great job, held them to 0 points in that third quarter. Thornton's threatening right now to score, trying to get rid of that 0, the little goose egg on that scoreboard.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's been long enough in the game where if you do have some of your secondaries and some of your JV players who are in, it's one of those where maybe let the Trojans score once, or you keep the shutout. It really just depends on how they're feeling.
Are you saying we should show mercy, Carly?
A little bit. But never stop fighting until the end. As some motivational person probably once said.
Rodriguez. Here's the snap, drops back. Flushed again. He's got a lot of room. He's just going to slide down after picking up the first down. Just outside of goal to go.
Yeah, great read. Saw he didn't have any of his first reads, second reads. Was looking around. None of his looks were open. Just able to tuck it and take it himself.
Rodriguez, shotgun, trips right, man in the backfield with them. He's gonna roll right, looking to throw. Rodriguez fires, it's caught. Great stick by Lewis on that catch. Still pick up about 7 to 8 yards.
I mean, obviously, didn't want to see any run after catch, which is something that, they worried about with that, consecutive catches with their receivers. Nice to see the Trojans finally on the opposing side of the field. I know that's a new experience for them this game.
Rodriguez, gonna take it himself. He's gonna be brought down. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. Would you like to meet an Olympian, connect with a D1 athlete, or talk with a Twitch streamer? Rocky Students is a part of Rocky.Church, and they are all about connecting students to their purpose. They believe students are the future, and their goal is to help you be empowered, encouraged, and supported. There are many ways to connect with Rocky students. You can start by watching their monthly podcast on YouTube, where you'll hear from guests on a multitude of topics. Show up on a Wednesday night to hang out with friends and meet some incredible guest speakers, or even join their gaming community on Discord. Follow them on Instagram at RockyStudents_Frederick to learn more. As the Trojan crowd wants a touchdown. 3rd and 3. Rodriguez drops back, fires, dropped. 4th down.
Yeah, it was a low ball in traffic. With a 3rd and 1, it was interesting to feel the pressure and need to throw it quite that aggressively, specifically in, the middle of the field traffic. Obviously going to be very congested. They've had success just taking it themselves and rushing, so not sure why they didn't just quarterback draw it, quite frankly. The avenue was there. A little under 8 minutes as drops back, searching, takes it himself. As I said before, the QB draw works
and
almost every time.
Gets them on the board, Carly. No shutout here tonight for our Golden Eagles. Right up the middle on that quarterback draw.
You know what? Respectable clap because, our non-starters, our secondaries, our second strings, I think it was impressive to see how long they kind of held them off, as I'm sure some of them were not necessarily prepared to be put into this game. Maybe a few of them were, just in anticipation, but some of them looking at this field with fresh eyes for the first time in maybe a little bit.
Rodriguez going for 2, going to throw a fade ball on the right side. Great coverage. I believe that was Deshaun Lewis. He was very eager to play as he made a great play on that fade ball.
Yeah, beautiful coverage. Able to read it perfectly, follow his man, and bat the ball away.
And importantly enough, Carly, that's going to keep us in running clock as well.
I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. And I think the Trojans are too, to be quite honest. This has been a brutal, almost blowout for them.
Six and a half minutes left. We'll see if Deshaun Lewis gets a chance here, if they'll stick with Cahoon. Looks like Lewis wants to get in. Not sure if they're going to let him.
I mean, hey, talk your talk. Maybe the coaches will let him play a few snaps.
And can't tell who's back to return.
Looks like that is DJ Swaldo.
Looks like it is, yeah. Looks like he might have begged coach for a little shot at returning one.
Honestly, don't blame him, to be quite honest. A little bit of playing time never hurt anybody, especially whenever you know he's going to capitalize on it.
And a little squib kick, maybe an onside kick, actually. Trying to catch the Golden Eagles off guard is not going to work out. Recovered very well by Mr. Micah Brittenham, the junior.
Yeah, not going to pay off the way that the Thornton Trojans really wanted it to. I mean, I fully can't admit I wasn't necessarily anticipating, you know, an onside squib type kick, given the deficit.
And it looks like Deshaun Lewis is going to be in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun motion. Going to fake the toss, go the other way to Ramirez. Ramirez makes a cut. Calvin Ramirez with a stiff arm. There he goes. Great little run from Mr. Calvin Ramirez, the sophomore.
Yeah, Ramirez, obviously first time we've heard his name this season. Probably will not be the last, possibly going into next season. Curious to kind of see what Lewis can make of this, though. I mean, 4.5 minutes, that's time to kind of piece together a drive. Not that it's needed, obviously, but hey, why not?
Lewis, handoff, right side. That'll be going nowhere, maybe a yard on that carry. 2nd and 10 here for Lewis.
Yeah, nothing much kind of materializing out of that. And with the clock still running, if they do kind of want to piece together a drive, specifically Lewis, I can understand where, you know, you go a little bit faster, and I think the pacing, though, is appropriate right now. It's 2nd and 10.
Lewis, toss, misdirection again. Looks like that's Ramirez again, has nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
He is following his blockers pretty beautifully, though, kind of, you know, marking that path for him, carving a way for him to go.
Third and 7. Lewis, shotgun. Here's a snap. Lewis, first carry for him of the night. Deshaun Lewis has a lot of room. There goes Deshaun Lewis looking for the end zone. And looks like he's going to be just short. Beautiful running from the sophomore quarterback.
That was
Great
like
first carry of his career on the varsity level.
Yeah, that was like a Lamar Jackson type look. I mean, he didn't see anything that he liked and just able to tuck it, take it himself. Lewis shy by a few yards, hoping to hopefully extend this to over a 50-point lead.
Two and a half to go. Lewis looking to extend the lead. He's going to keep it again. Deshaun Lewis is going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Deshaun Lewis.
Beautiful look. Honestly, this will now make this a 53-6 game. My goodness, this is brutal.
Mr. Cahoon will come back onto the field. Garrett Cahoon's still perfect here on the night.
Cahoon 100%, just kind of a testament to his abilities as both a kicker and then seeing a little glimpses of his quarterback era too, as this clock is still running. And we are looking at a 54-6 game. I mean, with the running clock, this will probably finish us off.
Assuming we don't use any timeouts or anything like that. And that is called the announcer jinx. I think we just called
I
one.
believe so. Yeah, clock stopped at minute 18.
And I believe it was Lloyd that called the timeout.
Maybe he wants to see his guys get a few more reps, right? This is the only time that they might possibly get, you know, these reps specifically this season. Obviously, no guarantees that this will be their last on Varsity.
As shortly after the game, we're going to go down to Ian, and he's going to have an interview with Mr. Marcus Samron, the leading tackler for the Golden Eagles. One of the leading tacklers in the state, actually. the safety senior. Here's Mr. Cahoon, been great all night. Another great booming kick. It's gonna be short of the end zone though, as muffed again. And he picks it back up, has a lot of room actually. No, great coverage from the Golden Eagles. He took a lick on that return.
Got very dangerous there very quickly. Clock now under a minute.
With the clock ticking, 50 seconds left in this game, running clock. Not sure if the Trojans will get more than 2 plays off.
Honestly, you know, I feel like it's gotten to that point for the Thornton Trojans where just let the game ride. I mean, just let it finish off.
Sweep to the outside is gonna pick up a good amount as he's thrown. Picks up good yardage, but he took a hit. And another timeout for the Trojans. They're trying to stop the clock here and give some more plays to their young team.
I mean, honestly, don't blame him. Frederick probably doing the exact same thing.
Golden Eagles, 2 outstanding wins back-to-back. 2 offensive mirages.
Honestly, I would say all 3 of their wins have been very aggressive. You know, 3 consecutive wins. That's impressive for Frederick. You know, talking with Ian a little bit, I believe it was Ian that I was talking to. It might have been you, but we talked a little bit about how, you know, the Golden Eagles started 0-2 last season, and you know they made a decent playoff run though, and so it's one of those where.
And Golden Eagles are going to get a sack dropped in the backfield, and that is how we're going to finish this ball game. Golden Eagles win 54-6 with their 3rd win in a row. Yes! And it looks like we won't be getting an interview with Samron. It's actually going to be with Mr. Blake Baker, I believe. Golden Eagles, impressive night, holding Thornton to 6 points, and that was our JV, even some C team that was in for that play.
Yeah, it's good to see a little bit of justice being given to some of the younger players on this team. This has been quite the defiant final, though, for your Golden Eagles. I mean, if last week's game wasn't a statement, this one sure has to be.
Here in a second, we'll be sending it down to Mr. Ian McKendry. He's going to give us a little recap and a little interview on tonight's game. And Carly, Golden Eagles are rolling right now. 3 straight wins after a rough start.
Yeah, it definitely was a rough start for them going into the season, and a lot of anticipation, right? It's one of those where, specifically with some new faces on the team, but they've been able to kind of adapt to that adversity perfectly and capitalize off of it beautifully. Now, your Golden Eagles, with this season, they're on the positive, and they have been for the past 3 weeks, which that's quite the streak. I mean, starting 0-2 and then kind of realizing that you have to roar back. That's impressive.
As we're going to go down to the sideline with Mr. Ian McKendry. Ian?
Not to start, but they can come in after.
Okay. I don't care. I'm down here on the sideline with Blake Baker, one of the senior O-linemen. Blake, big win for you guys tonight from the O-line. You guys played great.
Of course.
How you guys feeling?
I feel pretty good. You know, I think that, you know, as a line, you know, we got to come together. We're 5 guys, got to come together as one, you know, as like a fist, and just, you know, lay it on them, get PK or Sonny, whoever's in, get him in the end zone.
You guys took a big win in your last non-league game. You guys got league next. You got Loveland. How you guys feeling about that match?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, we're not going to look ahead next week. You know, we just got to finish tonight. And I mean, I don't know. Haven't really seen any film on them, but you know, we're ready, of course, and you know, we'll prepare all this week and see what comes next week.
All right, great game, Blake.
Hey, appreciate it, buddy. Have a good one. Thank you, fellas.
Back up to you, Dante.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Blake Baker, the leader of those Hogs up front, as tonight's broadcast of homecoming football between the Thornton Trojans and your Frederick Golden Eagles has been brought to you by a talented crew of students here on the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network.
Unfortunately, it is not our homecoming game, but continue.
Yeah, I've been Dante Lechuga alongside the executive producer of GBN, Carly Evans. Our director is the content producer of GBN, Wyatt Morrison. Our camera operators have been junior Ethan DeLear and the technical producer of GBN, sophomore Marcus Key. Our production assistant tonight is freshman Izzy Brodrowski. The third member of our team down the sideline is associate producer of GBN, Ian McKendry. Mr. Marsing is GBN's advisor. For everyone at FHS, I'm Dante Lechuga, and you've been watching the Golden Eagle Broadcast Network. Good night, everyone.